Hey guys, Django Fett here, hunting down games, comics, TV shows, movies, and more. I'm back after almost a month-long hiatus. I'll talk about that a little bit later after I finish with this review. But for now, let's get into Mandalorian Season 3. So, this is going to contain spoilers for Season 2 and Book of Boba Fett, and some minor spoilers for Mandalorian Season 3, but this is mostly going to be a non-spoiler review. We will talk about what led up to Mandalorian Season 3 before we get right into that. So after Season 2, we had, Mando beating the Grand Moff, or the Moff I should say, and beating him in the end, and as well as him being captured, and Grogu being given to Luke to be trained by the Jedi. So that happened, and it was a really emotional and sad thing that happened, but we wanted to see Mando develop and begin his own journey from there on out. And, that was a great ending. So, that was it for Season 2, and then for Book of Boba Fett, which I have many problems with, and I don't like that show. Towards the end, the last half of that, or the second half of the show, is Mando Season 2.5. It's dedicated to all Mando and not even Boba Fett. And I know Boba Fett sucked in Book of Boba Fett, his own show, but to disregard him to that level was just so disrespectful to me, even though I know he was terrible in it. But still, I didn't like that. So, you see Mando, and, he's doing his own thing, and then eventually he runs back into Grogu, and, Grogu eventually joins back with Mando. So, everything that led up to Season 2 was just like a waste. The ending and stuff. Because they come back together. Because you would think that it would develop a known journey for Mando, and him developing his own journey and Grogu doing his own thing. But no, you have to have them come back together because Grogu is a moneymaker and you can't leave him behind and stuff like that. So he has to join back with Mando. So there's that. Wasn't a fan of that. So that was in Book of Boba Fett. So after that, we have their adventures together. And that's going to be leading up to Season 3. We had no idea what's going to happen. So Mandalorian Season 3 was good in the very end. And just in the very end. In the beginning, there are issues with it. So, I will say that I've been kind of getting sick of the Mandalorian show, but I'm kind of getting 50-50 now with this. Because in the end, it was fantastic. I loved the ending. I thought it was good. I have no idea what they'll do with, Season 4. So, I might be interested with watching Season 4 in the future, who knows. But, for now, in the beginning, there is a lot of problems I have with it, because there's a lot of meandering, and there's no clear direction in this show. After the first 2 episodes, I thought they were going to go somewhere, didn't lead anywhere, and then it meanders into just randomness, pretty much. And it ends up being not just the Mando show, it ends up being Bo-Katan's show. And, she's an interesting character in her own right, but this is the Mandalorian. That's his show. But there are some really interesting things about this show, but it's just, I hated the meandering and, no direction whatsoever. And that was a big problem up until towards the end, where there was a clear direction, but in the beginning, there was, nothing. I just didn't understand what they were trying to do with the show. So there was a lot of meandering, and there was one episode a lot of people liked, but I didn't like. I thought it was just worthless to me. And I think it was episode 3, where it was on Coruscant. And Coruscant was absolutely beautiful to behold, and I'm glad they show more of Coruscant, because I think that's an amazing world, and they could do so much more with that. But in the writing for this episode, it was just so pointless to me, because it's about an ex-Imperial scientist and an ex-Imperial sympathizer, or Imperial sympathizer, I don't know. I didn't like it. I thought it was just kind of really, really boring. and in the end, it goes nowhere. With the ending of this season as well. So honestly, in the end, it was a worthless episode. So at least one, maybe a couple episodes were just a little, just kind of worthless in the end, and just kind of pointless to watch. But I will say, the ending does save it. It really does. There are a few good episodes sprinkled in, and especially the ending. But that's the problem. It's just the ending, and it reveals a villain that you've seen. You know, it wasn't even hinted until like the second half of the season, and they're repeating the same villain from like the last 2 seasons. I'm not gonna spoil who, but it's the same villain again, and it's just like, why can't you do something more with the villains and do some different villain or something like that? And he always seems to escape. Like, just fucking kill him, get it done with, and stop letting him live all the time. It just I fucking hated that, you know? I hate when you see the villains come back over and over again, and I'm not just saying for this show in particular, but for anything media-wise. It's just like the villains are, you can just kill them outright and prevent them from doing all this, but they keep coming back and coming back and coming back. So the ending was fantastic. There was a lot of action towards the end, and then you see the Mandalorians, you know, uniting under one banner, which was really awesome. And you have Mando and Bo-Katan leading the mix. So I thought that was really cool. It just took a while, and it just didn't have a direction for me. So that was really the big issue for me. So I'm going to give Mandalorian Season 3 a... I thought after this would probably be like my last of watching of these live-action Star Wars series, but I guess for now we're gonna see how Season 4 does. But I really don't know. The only Season 4 I guess I'm really gonna be interested in, and as well as what is it, the Star Wars Visions, Season 2. I'm really interested in. Other than that, I'm not really interested in any other Star Wars projects, TV show or movie-wise. I really don't care. And plus, I know that the Star Wars X-Wing Rogue Squadron movie was canceled. Probably thankfully so, because it was going to be directed by Patty Jenkins. And it would have not been as good as the books have been. And I'm really enjoying the books. So I have to continue, still going to continue doing those reviews for those, even though the movie has been canceled. But I'll still continue doing it and finish it till the end. And in a couple days, I'll be playing the Star Wars Jedi Survivor game. Pretty excited for it. I'm going to be doing a couple of live streams, maybe 2 or 3 live stream videos, once every Saturday, whatever time it may be, and just play through it, and see how things progress. And please be sure to like this video, comment down below, tell me what you think of Mandalorian Season 3 in the comment section below. Subscribe to my channel, Django Fett, if you haven't already, and I'll see you, my fellow Mandalorian. And brothers and sisters, next time. Ooh, yeah!